What is the main thing standing in the way of you taking your next step of faith, becoming a closer disciple of Jesus? What is it that stops you from following him in a more committed way? I want you to imagine for a moment, there's a family, and every year Christmas is the best day of the year, not because of the presents, but because they just know how to celebrate. They're not rich, but they make good food and good dessert, and they play games, and the whole family comes, grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, cousins, and the 3 kids in this family. They look forward to that day every year, not for the presents under the tree, but for the time they get to spend celebrating and laughing and just spending time with people who love them. And then those 3 kids grow up. And as kids tend to do, they grow up and they move away, and they move across country to different parts of this land, and they can't come home. There's several years where they don't come home for Christmas. And one year in early December, the dad calls each one of them up and says, "Mom and I have put aside enough money that we're going to fly you each home for Christmas. So I'm sending you a ticket. Just look online. You got a ticket for December 23rd, and pack your bags. We're going to have a great time." Now imagine the oldest son says, "Man, it's been such a stressful year, and I was really looking forward to just having some quiet time, just alone in my apartment. And I don't want to go to an airport at Christmas time with all those people, all that holiday rush, and it just sounds terrible. I really wish Dad hadn't done this." And the middle son says to himself, "Me and all my friends were planning to go to the midnight premiere of our favorite movie franchise. The latest episode's coming out. I've already got my costume. We're going to come in character. It's going to be great. But I can't do that if I'm going to see my family." And the third son says to himself, "I'm mad at my brothers. I don't want to see them. I know what's going to happen if I go to Christmas. I'm going to be around my family, and everybody's going to be laughing and hugging each other, and all that sweetness is going to melt away my anger, and I don't want to lose my anger because I want to stay mad." Each one of these people, each one of these siblings has something they have to give up in order to do what their father has asked, what their father has offered. And you know what it's like to have plans, to have, this is the way I want life to go, only to realize, no, it can't happen. That's a shattering realization. It's something like death, right? To give up a plan, to give up something you wanted to happen. And each one of them probably is thinking to themselves, if Dad really wanted me to be happy, he'd let me stay home. And the father would say, "I want you to be happy. That's why I want you to come home. Come here. This is where the love is. This is where the joy is. I've sacrificed to make it possible. Come home." I want you to think for just a moment about your own life. And I can't tell you, only the Holy Spirit in your own heart can tell you. What is the main thing standing in the way of you taking your next step of faith, becoming a closer disciple of Jesus? What is it that stops you from following him in a more committed way? Is it the plans that you have, like those 3 siblings? Is it, I just need to do the things that are on my agenda first, and then I can focus on my spiritual life? Is it your hobby? Is it your smartphone or your TV or some other device that just anesthetizes you, and so you just don't have time for anything else because that's how you spend your spare time? Is it an addiction that you have, and you're certain, you've managed to keep it from people who know you, but you know that if you let Jesus get too close, he's going to say, "No, you've got to stop drinking, or you've got to stop visiting those websites. You've got to stop ingesting that substance." Or is it maybe your pursuit of pleasure? God's given you all good things, and yet you look at your friends and they're having these experiences and doing these things that Jesus wouldn't want you to do, and you think, I'm still young, let me sow my wild oats, and then I'll commit fully. Or maybe it's your reputation, and you're just afraid that if you become fully committed to Christ, he'll turn you into the kind of guy or the kind of gal that your friends and your coworkers wouldn't like anymore because you're not enough like them anymore. To go back to my story of the 3 brothers, Don't you think each one of their excuses for not going home for Christmas are pretty weak? I know I made up the story, but I made it that way on purpose. If you were their friend, wouldn't you say to the oldest son, listen, I know you've been stressed. I know you don't want to get on a plane, but trust me, you'll be so glad you did. It'll be worth every bit of inconvenience and stress just to be with the family. Remember what they mean to you. And you'd say to that middle son, guess what? There's great news. Movies stay in theaters for a while. It'll still be in the theater when you get home, all right? And to that youngest, you would probably say, trust me on this. The grudge you're hanging on to is weighing you down. It's not strengthening you. It's not a good thing. The sooner you let go of it, the better you'll be. And you'll never regret reconciling with the people who truly love you. See, that's what we can say as outside observers. Sometimes we see in our friends decisions they're making and say, listen, I need to get right. I need to be straight with you. You're making a bad decision. Well, guess what? Jesus is the outside observer today. And he's looking into your life and into mine, and he's saying, whatever you think you need in order to be happy, if you'll just turn it over to me, you'll never regret it. See, here's the thing I've observed about myself and about other believers. We don't have any problem believing that Jesus can save our immortal souls. I bet if I took a poll, 99% of you, if not 100% of you would say, yeah, I believe that because I've trusted Jesus with my salvation, I'm going to heaven when I die. That's not a worry for me. But we trust him to get us to heaven. We don't trust him with our earthly happiness. We say, Lord, you just take care of me when I die. I'll be in charge of making a life that I think will fulfill me. We don't trust him with our earthly happiness. So why should we? Why should we trust him with that? Well, there's the fact that he made you and he knows you even better than you know yourself, that he knows every day you're going to live. There's the fact that he's God himself and is in charge of all things. But also there's the fact that when he said, what would a man give in return for his soul? You know what he gave in return for your soul? He gave everything. Nothing held back. And when Jesus went to the cross, and by the way, the disciples, Peter's reaction to Jesus saying, I'm going to die, the elders and the chief priests and scribes are going to condemn me, and I'm going to be handed over to the Gentiles, they're going to crucify me. Every time Jesus brought that up, his friends said, you're crazy. That can't happen. That makes no sense. Jesus did it anyway. Sometimes the thing that makes the least sense is the absolute necessary thing. Jesus put himself on that cross, died in our place, and he absorbed all of our sin, all of our guilt, all of our shame, and all of the wrath that we deserved. And therefore we could walk free. He made it possible for us to come home to a Father who loves us, to a celebration that never ends. And let me ask you something. If somebody knows that much and has that much power and loves you that much, why would you not trust them with everything in your life?